computer. So I want to start with FREDCast, just kind of give a general show off of how this works and so on. So when you click on the link that was in the announcement, you'll be brought to this page that says FREDCast, play the St. Louis Economics Forecasting game. In the announcement, it says click the sign in to play button, which is this blue button right down here. So if you click sign in to play, you'll be given this screen that says either to sign in or create a new account. Obviously, you'll create a new account. I'll click sign in because I already have an account made. But with that, you'll just need an email, a password, and then if you want to subscribe to a newsletter, you can. I don't care if you do. I have no way of telling if you do. So if any of those topics seem interesting, go for it. If not, leave them blank. And then when it says in what context to use Fred, you'd click down here as a student. That just helps them kind of keep track of who's using it and so on. So you'll create account. I don't know if you have to verify your email or not. I don't remember if I had to or not. You might have to, but every other time you'll click sign in, and then it's like signing into any other website. Sometimes it has to go twice, or sometimes maybe because I'm using a touch screen, it's a little pickier. If it takes you to this screen, just back out and try again. And you should get to this screen that's about to come up. There we go. So you have this screen that comes up, says FREDCast. Up here, it'll have your player name, which is your username. I'll be making a quiz fairly soon that says a little quiz on Blackboard or D2L that says that basically has two questions. What's your username? What email did you use? I'm going to use those to be able to map your username to you. You don't have to use your name as your username. If you want to, you can, but do understand that is it's publicly available to us. So just a heads up with that. So once you're in, you'll click this league info, then click join a league. The code that I have on the announcement that's like highlighted is what you'll copy and paste as in this invite code. Then once you have that in, you'll be in the league and you're good to go. Then from there, every month, the first one is January 20th. Sorry, that's a little bit of a tight deadline, but it won't take you but like maybe 5 minutes at most. But if you click this green enter your forecast button, you'll have your January 2020 forecasts. So in this month, it has unemployment rate, payroll, real growth GDP, and CPI. At this point, if we don't know what all those are, no worries. I'm not going to sit and say, oh, you got something wrong or whatever. Right, for January, it's kind of just a practice month, see how the platform works and so on. But the cool part is if you click on any of these, so right here, maybe, I don't know, with payroll employment, I don't know how many, I have no idea what number that should be, right? And most of us maybe not. If you click on the number for that, you'll kind of have an explanation. It says, hey, this is what it is, kind of some relationship it has. But then up here in this top right-hand corner, this blue box, you have previous value. And what that'll tell you is what was the number last month. So given that last month it was 145,000, I probably know two things. One, my payroll employment probably isn't going to be like 3.7, like a silly low number. I know it's also probably not going to be like 21 trillion or anything like that. And then if you click on this previous values page, it'll take you in and you get into this interactive graph that you can play with and so on. First month, again, it'll probably just be a little, I don't know how much this will mean to you first month, but as we go through, hopefully everything is a little, starts to make more sense and so on. So our first month, again, the only thing you have to do is just make forecasts. I don't have any like assignment or anything to go with it. Just make the forecast, you're good to go. In February, March, and April, we won't have May because we end early May. But February, March, April, I'll probably have like a little worksheet or a little thing in our LMS that says, this is what we need, that just ask a couple questions about what was your number, where did it come from, and how do you think about it. Overall, this part of the class is nothing high stakes. I don't anticipate, if you do it, I don't anticipate like giving anything other than hundreds to maybe a 90. Like, I don't anticipate being super critical with it. It's just kind of just something for fun, and so on. So there's that. And with this one, this is the one thing. So for assignments, I talked about the late policy and all that. With this, the dates are assigned by the St. Louis Federal Reserve. So when they, on their closing date, that is the day. So the day that I say it's due is a hard deadline, because they will actually not let you put numbers in after that point. And then you kind of see with their calendar. So this month and January forecast means it's the last day to go. And then in February, you'll see they release, when they release data, and so on. And I'll keep updated, say, hey, this is when stuff's due, and so on. Again, this should be once a month. For no individual month should it take more than 10 minutes, right? So I don't need you to spend 5 hours trying to decide whether unemployment is going to be 3.7 or 3.8%, right? Just you'll be able to figure it out, and it'll be fun. As you go through, if you have any questions, feel free, let me know. If you have if you look at one and you're like, hey, this is a number I think, is this like at all realistic? So if you came in with the number that we looked at, you said, I think I think our change in payroll is gonna be 5. Like 5, the number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you email to me and say, hey, could this possibly be 5? I'll give you a little heads up, a little hint, probably not that low, because there have been more than 5 jobs created this month in the entire country. But whatever you need, we can do. So I hope this all makes sense. And if not, at any time, feel free to ask a question.